I'm Anne-Marie Douglas. I'm founder and CEO at Peer Power Youth. So we co-created it with young people, as you'd expect. So ultimately we want to see a world where all young people, no matter what they've been through, can achieve their dreams and live their best life. And this looks like improving the future lives of young people who've experienced trauma by increasing love and empathy in youth support services. I'd also been through a lot of trauma myself and in my own life, and I recognised that this trauma in those children and young people was not being responded to, and sometimes that the way those support services worked could actually be harmful to children and young people. And I started to really think there was like a distinct lack of empathy, like they hadn't really considered what it might be like for children and families going through those services and how that might affect behaviour or the way that they connected with them. And particularly with like youth justice and social services and mental health services, some of the young people had been through all of those different ones and they hadn't thought what that might be like to go through multiple services. And I started, I guess again, on empathy. When I looked at those services, I thought those services by their design are unempathic, because they're not involving the people that use them. So I started to do lots more work connecting with children and young people who'd experienced the services and listening to them so that they could be involved. I noticed that when they were talking to people like me or other people that have been through similar things, that they connected quicker. There was like an accelerated empathy and connection. And fundamentally the things that they were saying was that there was a lack of, there was a lot of broken relationships in the system and a lot of lack of trust. They wanted to be seen and to know that they mattered. They wanted to be seen as individuals, to be involved in the services that they're a part of. So Peer Power is different because the charity was set up right from the start based on what young people had told us they needed. So those bits that I was saying before, like it was founded on relationships, involvement and employment kind of goal setting moving forward. And right from the start, all the time, everything's been done with young people, the branding, the comms, fundraising. The model's entirely youth created, as well as our training and support for the changing systems and the Youth Voice projects. Young people also get this wraparound support to help them with employability and personal life skills and their emotional health and so on. You know, the empathy-led approach is unique. There's a unique way to create real change that makes a difference. So we use it internally at Peer Power, but we also use it with people like NHS or youth justice services or social care services. So we're not only positively impacting young people individually, we're also changing those systems, which then could mean thousands more children and young people's lives are impacted by those improved services. But finally, we have the most amazing community of people with lived and learned experience that are so committed to building a movement around empathy and love in those support services. And when we all come together, it really is magical.